Minnesota's sports hub. It's the Morning Sports Desk, presented by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and streaming on YouTube.
It is the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. I'm CJ Baumgartner. We got a lot to talk about in the local amateur baseball scene on an Amateur Hour Friday for the Morning Sports Desk, and a new update on Wadena Deer Creek's new Hardwood. We're going to talk about all that and more, but first we are going to talk about the good folks at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. I was just there a couple days ago. Really great. As always, got to have a great conversation with Pizza Ranch owner Zach and get to just talk about some of the great things going on in the FunZone Arcade, which include all these great trading card packages of baseball and basketball and football, and kind of how these cards are working. You can get Pokemon cards there as well. When you play at the FunZone Arcade, you win your tickets, then you redeem them for those cards, autographed jerseys, autographed mystery boxes of jerseys, mini helmets, all that great stuff. It's going to be really fun when you win those and you get to open them up, and it's just a fun time over at the FunZone Arcade. But also at the Pizza Ranch itself, last night was Wing Night, and it's every Thursday at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. Unlimited wings on the buffet. Say less, right? On Thursday nights, it's wing night and serving boneless and traditional wings in a variety of sauces. And you just need to go to the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade and enjoy what I think is the best buffet ever, probably. It's pretty darn good. Have the pizza, you have the chicken, you have the mashed potatoes. My 1-year-old, all in on the mashed potatoes. He ate just a bunch of them, along with having a little piece here or there. That Bronco pizza, which is my favorite. There's the cheese bread, which is awesome. Dessert pizza, ice cream, which, again, owner Zach pointed out, you can get them in cones now, which I think is just perfect for when you're about to leave. Your belly's still full, but you want to make sure you have some dessert on the way home. Boom, you put the ice cream in a little cone, and then now you have it to go, which is just awesome. There's plenty to check out at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. If you can't make the buffet, you can order online at pizzaranch.com, or you can go to the Pizza Ranch mobile app, and when you're logged in, you can use it to claim ranch rewards and get free pizza for eating pizza. It just is. Say less. Again, it's the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade, Highway 71, downtown Wadena. Proud sponsors, we hope, of the Morning Sports Desk. Okay, so a lot of stuff we need to talk about here in local sports on this Friday, the 25th of July. We are going to first go to the Hardwood, which isn't necessarily the first place you think about going in July, but it's where we are at because Wadena Deer Creek has unveiled a new court for their gym. And I got to tell you, I really enjoyed the court that they had, but this is just a step up. This is awesome. This looks really great. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, you can see the Wadena Deer Creek going down the sidelines. And then also you have the big Wolverine head logo at midcourt replacing that paw. And then also in the middle of the lanes, it's filled with blue. And then inside the 3-point line, it's a little darker stain on the hardwood. And then kind of outside of that is the is just a little bit lighter stain, and it looks just sharp. Here's some pictures posted on the Wadena Deer Creek Public Schools Facebook page. You can see Wolverines here along the baselines as well, and just the pictures of this gym, and you can see there's a little bit of them painting, then also them sanding down the old court and getting that ready to go. It's a big process, and a lot of stuff has to go in to make that possible. And props to everybody involved. The Wadena Deer Creek Schools Facebook page has kind of all the thank yous and who all went into that, and a great write-up on that. But awesome job on this court. It looks great, and it's like we're like a month away, 4 weeks away from when we can start broadcasting volleyball games, and I am going to be very excited to get to go call some of those volleyball, boys and girls basketball. I know Kyle's ready to call some wrestling too that takes place in this gym. Maybe not so much wrestling because the floors are covered, but you get my point. It's going to look really great in there. Props to Wadena Deer Creek on this new look court. It's awesome. Can't wait to check it out in person when the time comes. All right, now it's an Amateur Hour Friday. we got a lot to talk about because it's playoff time, and playoffs are always the best, but it's crazy to think that we have gotten to this point in the year already where we're talking about playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Playoffs, man. Playoffs, Coach Mora, because we have a decent amount of playoff stuff. First, got to just get a couple odds and ends out of the way before we talk full brackets, but it's not just odds and ends. These are some crucial things that we need to break down. First of all, Wednesday, July 23rd there. I got to re-update the webpage here. But Wednesday, July 23rd, Ada at Detroit Lakes. That got rained out. Rainy conditions on Wednesday meant they had to make that game up. And you know what? That's fine. They'll find a way to make it work. Don't want to play in the rain. They'll move on. But now we get to Friday, today, July 25th. We have some great games on tap in local amateur baseball. Nimrod at Midway in Monaga. This game takes place at 7:30, and this was one that was scheduled a couple weeks ago. It got rained out, and now they're going to play. And this isn't just for to wrap up the regular season. This is for all the marbles. Nimrod at Midway in Monaga, 7:30 p.m. first pitch. Not only is this one going to crown the Lake and Pine champion in 2025, but the winner is also going to take the higher seed in the Region 4 playoffs next week, which is important to get that high seed and to get the buy and to get some of these things that just set you up in the bracket for Region 4C in that new look region with the Lake and Pine and the Red River Valley Baseball Association. So this is going to be awesome between the Snurdbirds and the Nats. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. Going to be a real fun game to hear about tonight. Now we got to talk about Region 11C because playoffs are here. Coach Mora?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Yeah, playoffs. Here we go. Kensington at Henning, 7:30 p.m. first pitch. The 4 out of the Resorters League in Kensington in the Norseman, along with the 5th team out of the High 10, which is Henning. That will be played in Henning, as Henning, Deer Creek, and Detroit Lakes are all host sites this weekend. So just a heads up on that one, and why some teams are home and some teams are playing on neutral sites. Dent at Deer Creek, that game already in favor of the Shockers. Deer Creek gets the win. Dent forfeits. They're done for the year. But hey, congrats to the Diamond Hawks on their season. They're a team. I know they didn't have the season they wanted, but they're developing, and hopefully that development continues over the years, and we get more amateur baseball teams here across the region kind of strengthening up, which you'd love to see. Here's a matchup, a 4-5. The 5 out of the Resorters, the Long Prairie Predators, the 4 seed out of the High 10, the Clarissa Flyers. That game was going to be played in Dent. Instead, it gets moved to Deer Creek, and it's going to be played at 7:30 in the evening. And due to bracket implications with Dent's forfeit, here's what you need to know for this one, why this one's important. The winner of Long Prairie and Clarissa gets an automatic punch into the next weekend of the tournament. It's double elimination for everybody starting out. And if the winner of this game will play tomorrow, we'll get to that in a second. But even if they lose, whoever wins this game between Long Prairie and Clarissa loses their game on Saturday, well, they don't have to play on Sunday because that would have been Dent and Dent forfeit. So they get into the next weekend of the tournament regardless. So this is going to be just the implications of this game. This is highly, highly important. And then the 3 seed out of the Resorters, the Ashby A's, the 6 seed out of the High 10, the Vergas Loons. They're playing in Detroit Lakes, 7:30 p.m. first pitch there. On Saturday, a couple other odds and ends. The Roseau Royals are at the Bluffton Braves, a last-minute addition to the schedule, literally like over the week. You can see on Twitter, Bluffton and Roseau agreeing to meet, which is awesome to see them kind of come together. They're going to play at Terry Geyser Field. Time not listed, but both teams kind of want one last tune-up game in for the postseason. So that's going to be really fun in Bluffton tomorrow. Henning or Kensington, the winner of that game, is going to take on New York Mills on Saturday in Henning, 7 p.m. first pitch. New York Mills is the number 1 team out of the High 10. And then the 2 team out of the Resorters, it's Sauk Center. They are going to take on Deer Creek in Deer Creek on Saturday afternoon as well. Long Prairie and Clarissa, the winner of that game, will play the number 1 team in the Resorters, which is Urbank. They'll take on the Bombers in Henning, 4 o'clock first pitch. Ashby and Vergas, the winner of that game, will play the second best team out of the high 10, which is Perham. That'll take place in Deer Creek, 1 o'clock first pitch on Saturday. And then Sunday, of course, will be a whole mess of games based on kind of wrapping up the losers bracket and the elimination bracket and things like that. So those games are all to be determined, and we'll kind of let you know and recap those games for you on Monday. But I do want to give you a quick look at the Region 11C, and we can also look at the 5B bracket here. So if you go to YouTube, you can watch the full show and see what we're talking about here and see this bracket pulled up for you to look at. And not only that, you can also see the bracket for District 5B. Terry Geyserfield and Bluffton is going to be the hosts, and you can already see you have Bluffton is going to play either Dilworth or Bemidji, Ada taking on Fergus Falls, and that's a 5-team region, I believe. It is a 2, and yes, as I can see on the graphic, it is a 2-bid league. So 2 of these 5 teams will get to the state tournament. Let me tell you, between Bluffton, Fergus Falls, Bemidji, Dilworth, and Ada, these are some really fun and very competitive teams. Obviously, that's why they're in Class B. They've been some really competitive amateur baseball organizations, and it's really fun to get to see those teams all go at it in the 5B tournament. That'll be next weekend. So that's all coming in place next weekend. We'll have a full breakdown of that coming up next week. But that's gonna do it. We are all wrapped up here. This has been another edition of Amateur Hour. You can find the full write-up, the full breakdown, the full brackets online at WDenaRadio.com, Superstation K106 mobile app, or by following Sports Cow on Facebook. I'm CJ Baumgartner. This is Amateur Hour on the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. See you Monday with all the score.
Powered by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Follow the Morning Sports Desk on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And watch every show on YouTube.